All right, and wouldn't you have it, we are back with another Flight Club package. It is March, spring is right around the corner, and we are at the spring break time of the year. So grab your daiquiris and your coconuts, and let's jump into this month's tasting. Okay, so to start off, we are going to Boulder, Colorado, where we have been before, and we will be tasting Chocolab's new bar. They're 70% dark chocolate with maple and glazed pecans. March is actually known for being sugaring time, which is when sugar houses kind of, reopen back up for the season and really get all hands on deck into harvesting sap and maple syrup from maple trees, obviously. Maple groves in particular are all over New England, and we see sugar houses left and right. Not literally left and right, that would be Dunkin' Donuts, but there are many, many maple and sugar houses in New England. This 70% bittersweet dark chocolate is paired excellently with the maple glaze salted pecans. You get a nice sweetness to balance the bittersweet chocolate, and when you have that crunch from the pecan itself, it really comes to be a great flavor combination. This is a salty, nutty, buttery, cinnamon, and of course maple flavored blend, and you'll get an array of all of those flavor profiles while consumed. A great flavor combination overall. Chocolate once again hits the nail on the head and gives you a perfect maple pecan dark chocolate bar. And with that being said, we'll be moving on to our next tasting. All right, now that we have jumped right over to Boulder, we're going to be hopping on another flight to France. And I actually have been working on my French pronunciation and speaking notes, so I might be able to better pronounce what I'm about to describe. So we'll be going from Boulder to the Rhone area in France, and we'll be tasting the single origin Venezuela Chuao blend from chocolate maker Francois Prélu. Prélu is a master chocolate maker. His father, Auguste, actually founded their company, which was a patisserie, back in 1948. And after growing up watching his father, Auguste, in the kitchen and producing fine pastry products, Francois actually took over the business in 1988 and incorporated a bean-to-bar chocolate making branch or division within that patisserie's name. Since 1988, Prélu has been minimally processing high-quality single-origin cacao from across the world to maintain as much of those natural flavor profiles that are inherent in the beans as you can possibly keep. Prélu is not only just importing high-quality cocoa beans from around the world to process, but he's also going out of his way to visit the plantations and estates. And actually in 2012, he started his own plantation in Madagascar using only the Criollo genotype of cacao, which is, the rare of the many genotypes. It's just west of the Caracas region in Venezuela, and the name Chuao is actually speaking to a small village that's known for its pure and high quality cocoa beans. The Chuao is some of, and is no doubt, one of the most sought out cocoa bean origins in the world. And to introduce you to Francois Prélu, we wanted to start with one of the best blends available. Single origin Venezuela. You can see it actually has the coordinates of the location itself on the packaging, and it has a nice little sliding matchbook style package for you. Absolutely stunning, looks clean overall, and just an absolutely phenomenal single origin blend. All right, and with that being said, we have covered Francois Prélu. And to any French speakers out there, I hope you could leave a comment as to how my pronunciation might be sounding. I have been working on it. If you look at previous videos, you will definitely be able to tell I'm no native to French, but here's to continuing to learn 2022 for French. All right, so now that we are through the Prélu Chocolate, we will be going for a Caribbean-themed trip. We will be tasting Agape's 70% dark chocolate bar with ginger caramel rum infusion. So we will be taking a flight out of the Rhone area and coming down to Barbados. Here we are here in Barbados. Agape is a single origin chocolate maker based in Barbados. They are processing and finishing all of their products in Barbados and then exporting finished products, as you have here. This blend is actually using single origin cacao from Grenada, another Caribbean neighbor. And this bar in particular has a very great flavor infusion, Reserve Barbadian Cask Rum in the ginger caramels. Agape is actually using a 6-foot tall antique German cocoa roaster, which is dating over 70 years old, putting a focus on traditional roasting methods. These bars are known internationally for its exceptional quality and taste, obviously, and this blend is the ginger rum flavor infusion. So you'll have 4 larger pieces, all using a 70% single origin Grenada cacao. And within each piece, you'll have a nice, kind of soft, chewy caramel that is infused with Reserve Cask Barbadian rum. And you do have a nice, zesty ginger flavor infusion. The rum itself is certainly noticeable, but in no way overpowering. And with the sweetness of the caramel and the zest of the ginger, it's a full and well-rounded flavor, all in 70% dark chocolate. Some of the best you'll come across, and super thrilled that we could include it with this month's Flight Club package. All right, so we will be departing Barbados and boom, off to Danville, France, and we'll be tasting Michel Kusell's 45% milk chocolate bar with praline croustillant. And I did look up that pronunciation before saying it, so I'm only improving. So this blends 45% milk chocolate. Previously was known as the Grand Lait, although now it is touted as the Cayambe Lait, 45% milk chocolate. So in this instance, the praline is crispy, crunchy biscuit pieces as well as little bits of caramel. So in addition to the smooth, sweet, caramely milk chocolate, you'll have an additional caramel infusion plus a nice crunch. This blend yields tasting notes of salted butter, honey with a strong cocoa aroma, and it does have that nice crunch. We also did include with this month a little Michel Kusell booklet. It kind of speaks to their bean to bar making process, which you can see in here. It's also listed in French if anyone's trying to work on their French pronunciation. Test yourself with this booklet and then look up how they're actually pronounced. Let's make that happen, but just wanted to include this resource so you can learn more about Michel Kusell as well. We've included, so I guess with all of their origins and darks and milks, they have, 12 to 14 different single origin blends, whether it be dark or milk. So we included this month an assorted pack of 7 tasting squares. They're all 5 grams, exceptional for chocolate tastings, wine pairings, charcuterie boards, as they're all individually wrapped. And if you're interested in learning more about those particular blends, we do have the information posted in the description below. These squares are phenomenal for your tasting notes. All of the blends, all of the dark blends are within 5% cocoa content of one another, and all of the milk blends are within 3% cocoa content of one another. Overall, it's, the same process that these blends are going through, but the primary difference is that, you have a different cocoa bean origin for each blend. So the Madagascar might yield more citrusy, fruity notes, whereas La Laguna, Guatemala might be a little more mocha, coffee tasting, but perfect time to get your tasting card some good work. Kusell does have a wide array of origins as well as bars, and we just wanted to include a nice array of their single origin blends so you can taste them against one another and potentially even find your new favorite origin. So with that being said, we have covered the Michel Cluzet chocolates, and we'll be moving on to our final in-flight treat. All right, so finally we have Carlier Soft Nougat, which is a Belgian nougat maker. So we'll be hopping from France to Belgium right next door, and we'll be tasting this soft chocolate nougat with caramelized almonds infused, as well as fleur de sel from Carlier Belgian nougat. Carlier is a Belgian nougat brand founded in 1949, and they kind of had all gears set on producing nougat, as there was not really anyone else in that area producing any sort of nougat at a high quality level. This is a soft nougat, so you will, kind of see it can bend if you're picking up that sound. I apologize. But if you are looking to get a kind of, a crunch hard nougat, I would suggest putting it in the freezer. And then once you take it out, just crack that thing open. It kind of goes into little pieces. And it's a nice cold melt in your mouth, hard nougat, but, obviously coming from soft, just being frozen. The fleur de sel you can actually see on the top side of the nougat here, and it pairs exceptionally well with chocolate, as we've seen many chocolate makers pair fleur de sel in chocolate and single origin blends. Works just as well with chocolate nougat. You'll also be able to see this bar is full of almonds, so if you love almonds, you will love this. The chocolate content is about 45% total, but keep in mind you have all that additional almond in there. So it would taste darker than a traditional 45% chocolate. This is one of the many nougat flavors that Carlier produces. They have, their traditional white vanilla nougat, which is kind of their mainstay item. But, being worldwide chocolate, we wanted to introduce you to their chocolate selection, which is absolutely phenomenal, and these are a real treat. So I would suggest first putting it in the freezer if you like a nice hard cracked nougat, but for what it is, it's exceptional, and we're pretty thrilled that we can include yet another high quality in-flight treat with this month's package. So we have just about wrapped up March's Flight Club package. We've got some great seasonal blends as well as flavor infusions that really speak to the theme that is spring break. Still doing as much as I can to live into the spring break theme despite having already returned. I'm still living in this pineapple Hawaiian shirt that I'm very reluctant to take off because I'm not ready to get back into the reality of reality. I hope you have enjoyed March's Spring Break Flight Club package. And definitely stay tuned. We got a whole whirlwind of new flavors, new brands, new blends coming in the very near future. So until next time, eat, sleep, breathe, chocolate. Cheers.